Maayong adlaw. Hello everyone. Welcome to PinChuTV Philippine Market Wrap. Today is October 28, 2025, and we'll go over how the market moved after 2 days heavy selling, plus a quick highlight on the one of the country's biggest company, Meralco. Let's get started. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index, or PSEi, rebounded slightly on Tuesday. It rose 19.4 points or 0.33%, closing at 5,953.16. After falling below 6,000 for two consecutive days, today's session marked a mild technical recovery, a short pause or breath in the cautious market. The performance across sectors was mixed. Financials led the gain with a 1.15% rise, while mining and oil dropped sharply by 4.42%. Industrials, property, and holding firms were mostly flat. Overall volume remained thin, showing that investors are still hesitant to take large positions. Among the most active stocks were BDO Bank, which gained 2.67%, BPI up 1.46%, and ICTSI higher by nearly 1%. Meanwhile, Meralco and Ireland slipped slightly. SM Investment and SM Prime were unchanged, a sign that the market is still consolidating. According to Luis Rimringan of Origin Capital, the market's rebound was driven by bargain hunting after two straight days of selling. However, investors remain cautious ahead of upcoming earnings and US Federal Reserve's next policy move. His comment highlights that while sentiment improved, the recovery remains fragile. Michael Rickerford, chief economist for Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation, said that PSEi's slight gain came despite the peso weakened beyond 59 peso per dollar, supported by improved global risk appetite and easing US-China tensions. In other words, global optimism helped cushion local weakness. Jafet Tantiengo from Philstock Financial added that positive cues from Wall Street, fueled by hopes of the Fed rate cut and renewed optimism about a possible US-China trade deal, also gives the local boost a boost. Foreign sentiment clearly played a role in lifting Tuesday trading mood. In summary, the Philippine market shows a technical bounce today, supported by bargain hunters and global optimism. Trading value was just 4.6 billion peso, and gainers only slightly outnumbered losers 95 to 94. The next few days will test whether the index can sustain this rebound or slip back below 6,000 once again. For now, investor remains wait-see mode. Moving on to corporate highlights, the country's largest power distributor, Meralco, reported strong results for the first 9 months of 2025, reflecting resilience in the energy sector despite economic challenges. Meralco's consolidated core net income rose 14% year-on-year to 40 billion peso, driven mainly by the strong performance in its power generation business. The company continues to benefit from diversification across energy segments. The distribution utility segment remains Meralco's main income source with 21.9 billion or 55% of total profit. Power generation contributed 14.7 billion or 37%, rising an impressive 63% from last year. Retail and other businesses added 3.4 billion or 8%. Together, these figures highlight Meralco's solid foundation. The surge in power generation income was fueled by the LNG project via bromide gas holding in Batangas, strong profit from Pacific Light Power in Singapore, and revenue gains from reserve market participation in the Philippines. These investments have transformed Meralco into more than just a distributor. It's now a key player in regional energy generation. Meanwhile, the distribution utility business saw a 0.4% drop in energy sales, mainly due to prolonged rainy weather that dampened household and commercial demand. Still, the segment remained steady and contributed over 21 billion, underscoring Meralco's stability even in a weaker month. The chair of Meralco said he remains confident that the company will reach its 50 billion full-year profit target. He pointed to two major policy developments supporting this outlook. First, the Energy Regulation Commission's new rate-setting framework, the first in 10 years, which will provide clearer, fairer revenue rules in utility. And second, the Philippine Nuclear Energy Safety Act, reflecting the government's commitment to long-term energy security and sustainability. Pangilinan said these measures lay the groundwork for the next phase of the power industry. Overall, Meralco's results show that Philippines' energy sector continued to perform strongly despite currency weakness and a sluggish economy. For investors, it's a reminder that utility and infrastructure companies remain a vital part of the market's long-term strength. The Philippine stock market is still small and sometimes unstable, both economically and politically, compared to the US or Japan. But I believe in the long-term potential of the Philippines. That's why here on PinChuTV, I continue to share stories and insights about Filipino companies. Let's keep learning about and supporting Philippine business together. Thank you for watching PinChuTV Philippine Market Wrap. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Salamat kayo ang Pin, and see you in the next episode.